Hey everybody, it's Val. So I was going to talk to you about Disney transportation. There are 3, let's call them maybe 4 modes of transportation that are available here. One is the Disney Skyliner, which we are about to walk to and ride. One is the bus system, and there's the monorail that goes between some resorts and some parks. And then you also have your own vehicle, of course. And more people are starting to do things like Uber and Lyft. I think Lyft is one of the primary ones that you see hanging around the Disney resorts. While we're here, the Skyliner is going to shut down the day after tomorrow for yearly maintenance. So we're going to do the Skyliner today and tomorrow. But we'll also do the bus this afternoon. After we get through at the park, we'll ride the bus back to the resort. And then we will also be traveling some in our car. And when we do that, we'll explain why we're making each choice. So here we go. We're headed to the Skyliner. We're going to get on it close to the Riviera Resort. I'll have to look at my facts and I'll pop it up here on the screen what year the Skyliner opened, but it's relatively new. It did open before COVID. And we really enjoy it a lot. It's so easy to get around the resorts that are on the Skyliner route. And the Skyliner goes to Epcot and also to Hollywood Studios. And it's easily accessible from the Caribbean Beach Resort, the Riviera Resort, Pop Century, Art of Animation. I think I got those covered. And then the ones over, of course, the Epcot resorts. Okay, I want to just share what just happened because I think it's useful information. Usually when we ride the Skyliner, there's a wheelchair accessible line. And at most of the stations, not this Riviera, but the other stations, there's a separate place to go to, and they completely stop and you roll in.
We are now traveling along Buena Vista Drive.
So there was quite a line waiting on an empty cabin for the wheelchairs. And they only put them every so often. So he asked if we could get on if it was rolling very slowly instead of coming to a complete stop, which they have to do with like the motorized wheelchairs that are, I don't know, what do you call them, ECV?
Scooters.
So he slowed it way down. We rolled on and we'll get off at the regular place instead of where we usually get off. And that's good to know because sometimes in the mornings when you are loading,
pack your passports.
So sometimes in the mornings or the busy time of the day, you'll go up, and also the big strollers also get in that same line to get on the, and so there could be like 7 deep at times or 10 deep, and it takes a long time because each one is delayed a certain amount of time before they'll let you load the next one. And to know that we can say we want to do it this way and slow it way down so we can roll on while it's moving, that's really good to know, and we'll probably take advantage of that in the future. The next transfer station that we're headed to that's part of the Skyliner, we're going to walk over here and get on here and take it over to Hollywood Studios.
Por favor, cuide sus pequeñitos, recuerde sus pertenencias y observe sus pasos. Gracias por volar con nosotros.
All right, the second form of transportation we're going to take is the monorail. It's going to go to the Ticket and Transportation Center and Magic Kingdom and the Magic Kingdom resorts.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Monorail system. We're traveling to the Transportation and Ticket Center.
About the monorail. If you take the monorail from Epcot to Magic Kingdom or Magic Kingdom to Epcot, you do have to transfer in between. So that there's one Epcot monorail, it just goes in a loop, and then there's one that's for the resorts over here that goes in a loop, and Magic Kingdom goes in a loop. So you have to get off of one and onto the other. So we rode that one over here to the Ticket and Transportation Center, and now we're waiting on the next monorail to show up. And it'll take us to the kingdom. Today we're going to travel via car to the park that we're going to, and we're going to go to Animal Kingdom. So for us, we have different reasons for taking different transportation systems to different parks. We have found for us that Animal Kingdom is one of those parks where most of the time, depending on where we're staying, it's not worth taking the bus, which is the only other way to get there other than driving. It also depends on which resort you're staying at. So some of the resorts that are a little smaller in area only have a couple of bus stops. This one that we're staying at this time, which is Caribbean Beach, it's really spread out, and it has multiple bus stops. And like if we caught the bus this morning, we would be the last stop that they picked up, which is fine. But then when you come back, you're like the 4th or 5th stop on the bus line, which is not a huge deal. But the other thing is the parking situation at Animal Kingdom is typically not too bad. And we have just found that we prefer driving to Animal Kingdom. Now, I've been here where we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it makes sense to ride the bus because the bus goes from Animal Kingdom Lodge to Animal Kingdom. It just takes a minute around the corner. So it does kind of depend, but most of the time we choose to drive to Animal Kingdom. So we did come to Animal Kingdom on a very not busy day. I wanted to show you the parking lot. So this is the accessible parking. So this is the front row. I'm going to show you where we are, but all of this is accessible parking for several rows that way. You can see where the regular parking starts. And this is where we're parked. And right there is where you go in to the security and to the front of the park. So it's just so easy to park here. And even on a busy day, if you come in the morning, you can still get, one of these parking spots right up in here, which is not bad at all. We don't usually go from park to park on a bus, but today we are, because we're trying to get to the next park quickly so we can get a virtual queue for the Tron ride. So that is an option too. If you're at one park and you want to go to another park, you can catch the bus between the two. But we're going to leave our car here and come back and get it later.
Brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Welcome to Main Street, USA.
As we roll into the platform, please remain completely seated.
Okay, we're going to do our last mode of transportation, which is a water taxi. So the water taxi is going to take us from Epcot over to Hollywood Studios, but between here and there, there's a couple of stops at the resorts, at the Epcot resorts, where they pick up people to transport them to whichever park they're going to. So we'll be taking a couple of stops, and I'll get a few little videos out the window just to show you as we go by. Okay, so we took the water taxi to Hollywood Studios, and from Hollywood Studios, we caught a bus back to our resort. We've rested a while. We're going to catch the bus back to Epcot and wrap up our day. So that's our video about transportation options and things going on at Disney. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. There's a lot going on, a lot of different places, ways to get different places. And I think we've covered most of them, probably not all of them. Anyway, Jessica's favorite is the bus because for her, it's like another ride. She also likes the Skyliner. Which is your favorite mode of transportation, Jess? I love the Skyliner. I wish it went to all the resorts. That would be my favorite. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.